Since February 28th, the United States has conducted more than 12,000 combat missions over Iran. That number has been used repeatedly to argue that American air power is operating almost unchallenged. What that number doesn't tell you is what has been lost in the process. 4 F-15E Strike Eagles, 16 MQ-9 Reaper drones, 1 E-3 Sentry surveillance aircraft, the airborne radar platform the United States military uses to see everything in the sky, 1 A-10 Warthog, 8 KC-135 refueling tankers damaged or destroyed, and 1 F-35 forced into an emergency landing after being hit by Iranian fire, the first time that aircraft has ever been damaged in combat. Total estimated cost is over $3 billion in aircraft alone. This video breaks down exactly what was lost, how it happened, and what it reveals about the true cost of this war. The first U.S. aircraft losses came on March 1st, and they did not come from Iranian missiles. 3 F-15E Strike Eagles were shot down by Kuwaiti air defenses in a friendly fire incident over Kuwait. All 6 crew members ejected safely. Friendly fire in a complex coalition environment with multiple nations managing overlapping air defense zones is a known risk. But losing 3 F-15Es in a single incident on day 2 of the war was a stark reminder that the danger does not only come from the enemy. Then, on April 3rd, an F-15E was shot down over western Iran by Iranian air defenses. It was the first confirmed U.S. manned combat aircraft lost to enemy fire in this conflict. 1 crew member was rescued the same day. The second required a 48-hour rescue operation deep inside Iranian territory, involving MC-130J Special Operations aircraft, Black Hawk helicopters, and U.S. Special Forces on the ground. The second crew member was successfully recovered. Each MC-130J aircraft used in that rescue mission and later destroyed to prevent capture cost over $100 million. The MQ-9 Reaper is America's most capable combat drone. 16 have been shot down in this conflict, roughly 6% of the entire operational fleet. Iran has developed effective countermeasures against it, and the drone's subsonic speed and inability to take evasive action make it a target once its position is detected. We covered the MQ-9 Reaper's vulnerability in a previous video, link in the description. But what is notable here is the scale. 16 aircraft lost in 5 weeks is not a footnote, it is a pattern. The most strategically significant loss in this conflict may be the one that received the least coverage. On March 27th, the day after the United States announced Iran's military had been neutralized, an Iranian missile and drone strike on Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia destroyed an E-3 Sentry AWACS aircraft. The E-3 Sentry is not a combat aircraft. It is the airborne command and control platform that allows the United States military to track every aircraft, missile, and drone in a theater simultaneously. Losing one does not just cost $300 million, it degrades the situational awareness of every other aircraft operating in the region. One military analyst described it as a serious blow to United States surveillance capabilities. The Pentagon did not announce it publicly. 8 KC-135 refueling tankers were damaged or destroyed across multiple incidents. 1 crashed in a mid-air collision, killing all 6 crew members. 5 were damaged in an Iranian strike on Prince Sultan Air Base. This matters because the KC-135 is what keeps every other aircraft in the air. Fighter jets operating at long range over Iran cannot complete their missions without aerial refueling. Every tanker lost or grounded reduces the number of combat sorties possible per day. The U.S. operates over 300 KC-135s. Losing 8 is not catastrophic, but losing the ability to operate forward from bases that can be struck forces aircraft to operate from further away, which requires more refueling, which puts more tankers at risk. It is a compounding problem. 12,000 sorties, over $3 billion in aircraft losses. 0 crew fatalities from direct enemy fire, though 6 were killed in the KC-135 accident. The loss rate compared to historical air campaigns is extremely low. In World War II, the US lost approximately 1 aircraft per 100 combat missions. Here, the rate is closer to 1 per 6,000. So the losses are real, but in historical context, they are remarkably limited, given the scale of operations. The more significant question is not what has been lost, but what has been revealed. Iran's air defenses are more capable than publicly acknowledged. The MQ-9 is more vulnerable than doctrine assumed. And even the most advanced aircraft in the US arsenal, the F-35, is not immune. Every loss in this war is data. The question is whether the lessons are being learned fast enough to matter in the next one.